Hello, hello, hello. Hey, we are back from California. I don't know if y'all can see that straight because sometimes the camera makes it flip flop. Or maybe you can see it better like this or like that. But we are back from California today, and we were in Anaheim and over the weekend, and we were able to go to San Diego, Newport Beach, and just have a great time. So this is day 2 of my 30-day challenge of going live. And so it's, here we go, day 2. And it's February 2nd. So it's pretty good. So I can keep track of the days, I hope. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that came across me earlier today. I'm pretty sure you might have heard of this quote before. So if you haven't or have or, whatever, just oh, we're back. We're back. Are we back? All right. Just want to make sure I hit the wrong button. This is live. This is live, okay? So we're live, but I wanted to share with you this quote real quick. It's attributed to Benjamin Franklin. It says, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Now, I like it. I like that quote, but there are also some things and some caveats to that quote that I want to share with you real quick because, going through the military, we did a lot of planning. And we had to do a lot of execution because when we plan something and we tell it to the commander or the higher echelons that are having our mission sets and everything else like that and guidance given to us and we don't execute on that plan, there's going to be some problems. But as an entrepreneur, which you are, some of y'all might not think you're an entrepreneur, but yes, you are. If you're an artist and you're selling your artistry, whether it be music, paintings, photographs, whatever, designs, you're an entrepreneur because you have to sell and you have to go out there and show people your talent, skills, and abilities in your artistry, photography, whatever it is. So you're an entrepreneur. Let's just get that out of the way. But if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Now, here's another thing that I want to share with you guys real quick. It's in Jeremiah 29:11. It's God declaring this. It says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. All right, we got two things contrasting here, and I'm going to break it down to you real quick. It's good to have a plan, but it's also even better to execute on that plan. So when we were going to go to California, we had a plan for that trip. We had a plan for our flights. We had a plan for where we were going to stay. We had to plan for how we're going to get from the airport to the hotel. Our meals, because we eat organically, so we had to plan for how we're going to traverse all of that and eating and everything else like that. So make sure we're eating healthy. It's good to plan all that. But on the day of execution, if we don't get in the car and go to the airport to go to the conference, and all those plans will be out the door. Why am I saying all that, Joe? Why are you telling us all this stuff on day 2 of the 30-day challenge? Because I wanted to share with you guys some things to not just come on live, but to share and give you some value while I'm here. The whole point of me saying that if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail, but also God has his plans for us to prosper, have a future and a hope, not for harm, is that we have to execute on those plans. And as entrepreneurs, sometimes we're just get stuck in planning mode that we don't execute. I'm planning to write my book. 10 years later, you're still planning on writing your book. A year ago, I'm planning on doing that podcast. But now, a year later, you're still pondering on the podcast. 5 years ago, you might have been talking about, I want to start that business. You're still planning on it. You're still doing the training. You're still attending different conferences. You're still attending different things, but you're not actually executing and moving forward on the plan. We say, Joe, I'm not too sure if God gave me this idea or whatever. And I'm like, look. And I've told some of my clients this before too, is that if God gave you that idea, execute the plan. Even if it's not the greatest plan in the world, execute it anyway, because guess what? If God gave you that plan, he's going to give you the resources. But you have to have more faith in what God says, that I have plans to prosper you, not to harm you, more than your own execution of the plan. That might throw you for a loop, but we got to have more faith in what God says for us than actually in the actual plan itself. It's good to plan. There are many scriptural verses where it says, Jesus even said, what king goes out to war if he doesn't consult people and make a plan whether he should go and commit to that war or ask for terms of peace? It's good to plan. Don't hear what I'm not saying, like somebody else says over the weekend. Don't hear what I'm not saying. It's good to plan. Some of you guys have so much plans, it's mind-boggling, but now it's time for execution on that plan. Go for it. Do that thing. Execute that plan and start executing, or maybe just take one step, go to phase 1 of the plan and get that momentum that you need to carry out and go to the next part of the plan. Whatever that plan might be. Plan to start a nonprofit. Plan to, start a gym. Plan to, even for your own self, to get maybe in better health. Eat better. Start, cutting back on the sodas and everything else, like soda, Coke, whatever you want to call it. Some people call it soda, some people call it Coca-Cola, whatever. Whatever it is, maybe now it's time to execute on those plans. Maybe this is a word for whoever's listening right now to look, now it's time to execute. I understand, and don't get me wrong, I understand a lot of things, a lot of setbacks happened in 2020. Some people had to delay their plans because they had to pivot and start executing on other things, preserving their nest egg, because they had to continue working, build up their nest egg, whatever the case may be, to stay afloat during that time of 2020. But some other people, I'm going to say, some people executed on their plans, God-given plans during 2020, and they actually prospered. Because it was a time for them to say, look, I need to stop playing around and go for it. And we heard over the weekend, Elaine, if I say her name, Elaine Wilder, she was telling us about how it was a certain, I can't remember the guy's name, but he would just say, do it now, do it now, do it now. Sometimes we just need to do it now. Whatever that plan might be. And that may, like I said, it might be a word for you on this day 2 of my 30-day challenge. Started out with that thing where it says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. But also we have to realize that God has plans for us to prosper, not to harm us, but to have a future and a hope. And we need to execute on it. Especially as He's given you something that will bless and help others in the process, but also bless and help you. It's time to execute. It's time to go forward and move forward in what God has for you, so you can be a part of that wonderful ride that He has for us while we're living, while today is called today, to be a part of God's plan to just redeem people, help people, lift people up that might be feeling burdened or heavy laden in their hearts, that you can be a part of that process in your business, in your ministry, or whatever it is, writing that book to help people know that there's a God that loves them and cares for them and does have a future and a hope for them. But don't delay participating in that because of fears and anxieties and worries about what people might think or say or do. God gave you the plan. God gave you the idea. So it's time to step forward. So what is that thing? What is that thing? Pray about it. I say, God, is it time for me to execute and go forward in that thing that you want me to do? Because it's such a wonderful ride once you take that step of faith and see what God can do in and through you. So, all right, hopefully this blessed you guys, and you can step forward in whatever that thing is that God put on your heart, especially after over this weekend. We just came back from the 100X conference, and man, whew, what a conference it was. So what is that thing? Again, what is that plan that God put in your heart that you need to step forward in right now and execute and see what the tremendous blessings and wonderful things God has in store through your business or ministry or whatever it is that God put on your heart. Well, bless you. Have a good night. And this is day 2 of my 30 days of going live. Take care. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.